The Galaxy A8 2016. Yet another addition to Samsung's ever-expanding mid-range offerings, but with a surprisingly good system on a chip underneath. So is this a phone worth considering? Or is it just another release with all the familiar failings of a Samsung mid-ranger? Well, let's find out in this video. But before we do, if this is your first time here or in case you just can't remember, my name's Ash, this is C4E Tech, and you're watching our full review of the Samsung Galaxy A8 2016. To start with, I love the blue color variant here. This phone looks elegant, the 2.5D glass to the front with its subtle curve, the all-metal build. Hell, I even got used to the asymmetric antenna lines. The 7.2mm thickness makes it real sleek, and it's supposed to feel heavy at 180 plus grams, but the weight's evenly distributed and it feels more solid than heavy. Now that we've established that the build's great, let's take a closer look at the placements. The power button and the speaker are located to the right, the secondary noise cancelling microphones found up top, the 3.5mm headphone jack, primary microphone and the micro USB port reside at the bottom. The volume rockers and a tray are located to the left. This tray houses two slots, a SIM and a hybrid slot that takes either another SIM or a micro SD card. To the back, we've got the Samsung logo and above that, the 16-megapixel camera with a single LED flash. To the front, on top, we've got an 8-megapixel front-facing camera, earpiece, sensors, that's followed by Samsung branding, and then a 5.7-inch display. To the bottom, we've got the regular setup, a physical home key flanked by capacitive recent apps and back keys, which are backlit. The fingerprint scanner works great. It's a passive scanner, meaning you have to press the home key to get it to scan your fingerprint, but it's extremely fast and accurate. I rarely had it miss a scan in my week with this phone. The display here is a 5.7-inch Super AMOLED with a full HD resolution, so that's a pixel density of about 385 pixels per inch. It's reasonably sharp, the colors are great, contrast is excellent, the viewing angles are stellar, and this display gets bright enough so as to not pose issues outdoors. Note that this display is covered by 2.5D Gorilla Glass 4 for protection. Underneath the hood, this phone is powered by the 64-bit Exynos 7420 chip, 3GB of RAM and 32GB of onboard storage. This is the same flagship Exynos chip from the S6 and Note 5, so the performance was stellar. With intense usage scenarios like gaming, the A8 had no issues. Remember, the S6 or the Note 5 are pushing much more pixels than the A8, so the performance is even better here. Additionally, the A8 also remained very cool no matter how much we pushed it. I was very wary going in about the speaker placement, but turns out this speaker is quite good, reasonably loud with good quality audio. Audio via the 3.5mm headphone jack was decent too. As far as cellular reception and call quality goes, I had no issues with either. Given that Samsung doesn't officially sell this phone in India yet, there is no support for GeoVolt-T, but if and when Samsung launches it, I expect it to be compatible with GeoVolt-T. Now, all this is powered by a 3300 mAh battery, and the battery life on this guy was excellent. With my regular kind of usage that involves a couple of hours of calls, a bit of streaming video, some periscoping, Wi-Fi and 4G on all day, some casual gaming, and of course push notifications, social media and mails. With this kind of usage, the A8 2016 got me through each of my 7 days that I used it as my primary phone with about 30-35% juice left. And that's without me having to resort to any of the power saving modes. On that note, let's now move on to cameras. The A8 2016 sports a 16-megapixel rear camera with an f1.9 aperture, no optical image stabilization though. The shutter response is quick, there's a pro mode present but it is depreciated. With just the basics available and a good light, the images shot with this camera turned out great, lots of detail, natural color reproduction, excellent dynamic range. Under low light, the performance dipped, but still not too bad. The 8-megapixel front camera also has an f1.9 aperture and does shoot decent selfies. This phone doesn't have 4K capabilities. 1080p at 30 FPS is the max it can do, and the footage is bad. Color reproduction's awful, looks washed out. The detail is just not there. Lots of visible over-sharpening too. The dynamic range is again not good. I'm surprised to see such a stark difference in performance between still photos and video. And with that, let's now talk software. The A8 2016 is running on Android 6 Marshmallow with the latest TouchWiz on top, Grace UX. If this looks familiar, it's because you've seen this before with the Galaxy Note 7. Samsung's thrown in all the regular features including multi-window and floating window support to leverage that large 5.7-inch display for better multitasking. Other staples like secure folder and themes to customize the look of your interface return too. Additionally, you can long press on an icon to get a nougat/iOS-esque shortcuts option. Surprisingly, Samsung's included the always-on display functionality as well. It works great and is quite a nifty feature to have. Overall, the user experience on the A8 2016 is fabulous. Apps open up quick, there's almost no lag, and the memory management is quite good too. And with that, we get to the price, and here's where things get confusing. S6 or S7, A3 or A5, J5 or J7, E5 or E7, On5 or On7, the one with the higher number is the highest spec phone, right? Now, despite Samsung's million lines of devices, this is some basic logic that Samsung stuck to. But with the A8 2016, that logic goes out of the window. The A8 2016 or the A9 Pro. The A9 Pro should be the better spec device, right? But no. The A9 Pro has a mid-range 652 chip, unlike the flagship grade 7420 chip on the A8 2016. Now, before you say, no, Ash, you're wrong, the 652 is better, let me stop you right there. Samsung realizes this, and that's why the A8 2016 is priced at around $575 or 39,000 rupees compared to $485 or 32,500 rupees for the A9 Pro. The A8 even gets the newer Grace UX. So, okay Ash, okay, the A8 is better than the A9 Pro, so what? What does it have to do with this review? If that's what you're thinking, well, here's where things get even more confusing. The A9 Pro has haptic feedback enabled, whereas it's disabled on the A8 2016. Hell, even the original A8 had it. Now add to it the fact that the A8 2016 loses out on a dedicated microSD slot and optical image stabilization. So you pay more to lose haptic feedback, the glass back, OIS, a dedicated microSD slot, and get a smaller screen and a lower capacity battery? That makes sense. And remember, neither phone has a gyroscope sensor. Well, the A9 Pro might have at least, made a little bit of sense given the lower price and the huge battery. There is another Samsung phone that kind of makes the A8 2016 obsolete, even as soon as it launched. And that phone is the Galaxy Note 5. The Note 5 has the same chip, a better camera, optical image stabilization, a higher resolution display, a gyroscope sensor, an arguably better build, the S Pen, and it's getting Grace UX now, by the way. And if you can go with a smaller display, the S7 is also just within reach, a much better phone. And that's just the competition from Samsung itself. If you're willing to consider other brands, something like the OnePlus 3T will offer much better value. So me personally, I fail to see who the A8 2016 is aimed at or what Samsung was thinking coming up with this phone. To those who follow me on Twitter, I hope now you understand why I wanted to name this review what I wanted to. Anyway guys, the A8 2016, the hardware itself is great. It is a beautiful phone. But despite it being a beautiful phone, it is not one I can recommend. Maybe if you're watching this video a few months from now when Samsung slashed the prices, and it's available at something like $350, $400 or 25,000 rupees, then yes. Else, I don't see any reason to even consider it. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on the A8 2016. Do you agree with what I've had to say in this video? If not, let me know what is it that you disagree with. And if you did like the video, if you did find it useful, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button down below. If you didn't, vote it down. And for more videos like this, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And make sure you do this so that you get notified as soon as we upload a new video. If you still, for some reason, want to pick a A8 2016 up, I'll leave our affiliate links in the description below. Use them if you want to help the channel out. So that's it guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this is Ash here from Z4E Tech signing off. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.